Everyone for joining. Let's do some movement. Come up to standing. Let's start off with some stretching, some dynamic stretching to get the body moving. Connecting your fingers, so just lightly connect your fingers together there. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. A little bit of bend in the knees, coming up, shoulders relaxed, palms towards chest. And then just reaching up. Keep a softness in the elbows, a little bit of bend in the elbows. I'm not hiking my shoulders up to my ears. I'm just lifting, and then I'm softening, bringing the arms down towards the side. And breath in as you're reaching up, lengthening the spine. And then breathe out. Keep going while I let Gillian in on the Zoom. So you're breathing in and out. We'll do our dynamic stretching. We'll do a little bit of balance. And then we'll do a few little tiger squats to finish off. So really a good all-round wake up to prepare you for the day, to prepare you for any exercise that you might be doing today, whether you're going running, maybe you're going to the gym, going out walking. Remember, if you're sitting a lot at the desk as well, you can do this sitting. Just that little stretch up. Breath in. Breath out. This time when we get to the top, stretch up and just a little bit of a bend, a lateral movement side to side. And then back to center and back down. Same thing again. Stretch up. Gentle. Just feel the rib cage each side as you bend over, just extending. Imagine that like spring-like elasticity. Back down. One more like that. Remember, none of these stretches are forced or pulled. It's like an animal stretching. Imagine a cat stretching or a tiger stretching. Really nice. Down. Spinal cord breathing. We bend the knees a little bit more. So remember, pelvis is tilting backwards and forwards. So you're spilling out the front, spilling out the back. And as you spill out the front, extend, open up the front of the spine. So lift heart to sky or sternum up towards the sky. Elbows come back. And then tuck the pelvis under, curl up into a little ball. Lead from the pelvis. Pelvis spilling out the front of the pelvis, opening up, looking up. Nice and slow. Really working on that movement through the spine, each individual segment opening up. Nice breath in, so just easy breathing in, breath out. Breath in, Breath out. 2 more like this. Breath in. Breath out. If you joined the class on Tuesday, we did another similar one to this. So you step forwards, I'll mirror you, step forwards with the left leg. So the majority of your weight is on that left leg, a little bit of bend. You shift your weight, shift your center of gravity over that left leg. This right leg is literally just balancing you, stabilizing with the ball of the foot, bringing your fists up. We're not clenching the fist, just light fists up, shoulders down. As we do that, we just rotate and have a look behind. And then we come back to center, step back, and then we do the other side. Step forwards, shift that weight over the front foot, front leg, looking behind. As we come back down to center, we shift the weight back, step forwards, have a look behind, come back to center, step forwards, step back, step forwards, step back, step forwards, step back. So it's a great balance one as you're extending the spine, as you're rotating the spine. Step forwards. Let's do one more of these each side. And then come to standing. Shoulder width apart, a little bit of bend in the knees. Let's work on our spine rotation. So just knocking. Really feeling strong through the lower body. And then lifting, lengthening the spine, feeling light and tall and proud through the upper body. Really relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the space between the shoulder blades. Just breathing easy in and out through the nose. And just a soft gaze in the direction that you're rotating. It's not forcing a rotation with the head. It's just let it go with the movement. Keep that work, keep the sort of like the movement going through the hips and the legs. But what I'd like you to do now is almost visualize that someone is just lightly pressing on the hips, so you can't over rotate the hips. So actually it then just brings the movement a little bit more into the spine. So even though we're leading, using the lower body to drive the movement, you're just not moving the hips as much. So you'll feel it coming a little bit more up through the lower back, into the upper back. And then let's just take a glance behind you. So just now deliberately looking behind you. Again, just make sure that you're not forcing anything here. So if you've got any lower back issues or any back issues, just really take this gently. Always adapt anything we do to what is comfortable for you. You should never feel any sharp pain or anything like that. It's not about pushing and forcing or trying to look like what everybody else is doing. Really listen to your body. Some mornings you might feel you don't want to do this. It doesn't work. You don't need to look all the way behind you. And then slow it down. Slow it down into water waves. This one I'm really enjoying at the moment. You might find that some of these movements, like, yeah, this is really working for me at the moment. And then next week, something different will work for you. So just go with that. Sometimes the movements that you don't really enjoy might be the ones that you want to just explore a little bit more. So if you slow this down, you can really feel, even if you're indoors, just the air lightly brushing through the fingers. If you've got a t-shirt on, if you've got, you can feel it on your arms, on your forearms. And then really just tune into how your clothes feel on your body. That's quite a nice one as you're doing this. And then slow it down. Just come to standing for a moment, just with the feet about hip width. Feel any sensations. Feel the strength of your connection to the ground through the feet. Strong through the lower body, connected to the earth, and then nice and light upper body lifted, shoulders relaxed. Let's do some hip. We haven't done the hip for a couple of weeks. So about shoulder width apart again. Big hip circles in one direction. Here we're keeping the legs straight as we take the pelvis back. So you get that nice little lengthening through the hamstrings. If I show you from the side, we're taking the hips back. Spine is nice and long, so I'm not rounding the spine at all. Hips go back, tailbone lifted. Couple more in this direction. And then let's go in the other direction. With the legs straight, we're straightening the legs, but we're not locking the knees out. So I'm not forcing the knees back. So as I'm going back, I'm not tightening my quads here at all too much. And then come up to standing. Leg swing. So the idea with this leg swing is this leg is just really relaxed as you swing it. And then you balance, stabilize, and then swing the other one. Swing in and out. So knee comes across, goes out. So again, another good balance exercise, but also to actually open it up, relax, release the swinging hip, and use the standing leg to create the movement. Get into that nice rhythm This is always great if you're going out walking or running, just to wake up the hips, wake up the glutes. Couple more. Again, this is another one that I tend to find feels really good. If you've been working a lot at a desk as well, if you get up and you're walking around, that's quite a nice one just to do, just to get the legs and the hips, because we tend to get tight in the hips. Take a standing position and then just start shaking. So tapping the heels into the ground. Getting that vibration, feel the vibration, feel as you're absorbing the force from you hitting the ground with your heels. Allow that force to be absorbed through the whole body. And then bring the arms into shaking as well. Let the shoulders go. Let the head go. Let's do a couple of slow, full breaths with a sigh out or a sound out, whatever feels right for you. So a full breath in, nice and slow. And the idea is just let go, release the breath, release any tightness or tension in the body, release any stress in the mind, any emotional tension. Full breath in, and love doing this outside. It's a really good one to do outside. Barefoot in the mud. Breath in, and one more. Let go. Slow it down. Standing balance. My ears have popped. And just feel tingling. Notice if you feel any tingling. You might feel lots of tingling. Tingling in the legs maybe. Feet, calves, arms. Then step out. Come up onto the ball of the foot. So again, if you've got any problems with your ankles, if you've got any problems with the calf, if this is hurting, then don't do this practice. But if you're coming up onto your, remember the point in Qigong underneath the ball of the foot there is called the bubbling spring. So we're really using our bubbling springs to connect to the ground, nice and strong, and then lower back down. Come up. Notice where the weight shifts with the upper body as you come up onto the bubbling spring. So if you come up onto the bubbling spring and you lean back, it doesn't work. If you come up onto the bubbling spring and you lean forward too much, you fall forward. So really notice that weight, that whole connection with gravity of that upper body as you come forwards and balance on that bubbling spring. And then slowly back down. Couple more of that. Balance, come up. Shoulders relaxed. Come down. Come up. Come down. Now bring arms up and come down. So we've done this before where we just let go, but this time I want you to come up and then down and hold down. Up and down. So you're going into a little bit of a squat. Up and down. Couple more. Up, balance, and down. Notice where the weight is, where the shift, where your balance point, where your sweet spot is. and down. Have we done 2 or 3? Let's do one more for luck. Up and down. Good. Shake out. Now another fun balance one. We come using the fist, so keep the fist there. You bring the fists up. We'll do it without the balance first. Bring the fists up to shoulder height. As you're bringing the fists up to shoulder height, you just look to one side. Easy. Really easy. Come back down. Look to center. Fists come up. Have a little look to the other side. Yeah, it's easy. Come back to center. Now, as you're coming up, come onto the bubbling springs and look. And then back down. Come up onto the bubbling springs. Look. Come back down. Look. Come back down. I'm getting some nice cracks through my ankles going on here. Look. Watch that you're not tightening the shoulders. Come back down. Make sure you're not holding the breath. Breathe easy. Come up. Let's do one more each side. Just really working the feet. If you go out for a run after this, you'll be springing down the road. And come back down. Nice. Shake out the legs. I couldn't see you on Zoom then, because otherwise I would have fallen over. But hopefully nobody's fallen over on Zoom. Hopefully nobody's fallen over on Facebook or YouTube. Another balance one. Bring the feet about shoulder width apart. About hip width apart. Just do the flying. Actually, no, just looking at the time. Let's do this one first, because I want to finish off with some squats. Sorry, I would get carried away with the time then. So palms come up, same arm as same leg. So if I'm mirroring you, your right palm, right knee is up, and the back arm goes behind you. So that left arm is behind you. You're then dipping your toe in the water. So we come down to a little bit of a squat on this left leg, dipping that right toe in the water, right palm down. Reverse the move, step back, hold a small ball in front of you there. So you've got softness and roundness in the arms. Then you shift the weight to right side. Left palm comes up in front of you. I'm running out of space here behind me. Left palm comes up in front of you, right palm behind, left knee up, and then a little bit of spiral, squat and dip the toe, reverse that move, hold that ball in front of you, shift the weight to the other side, balance, dip the toe, reverse, big spiral, hold the ball, balance, dip the toe, reverse the movement, hold the ball and take a break there. And then shake out, and we'll just finish off. My phone says low battery, so I just want to make sure that I'm on time there. Let's do a little bit of a tiger squat, which we haven't done for a while. So I was chatting to the group in Zoom just before we came live. Watch when you're doing this movement. It's not about how deep we can go. It's about the quality of the squat. So I want you to keep the feet nice and strong. So we don't want any over rolling in or over rolling out. So feet nice and strong, hips going towards the ground. So as we're coming down, I'm not leaning over, I'm just dropping my center of gravity. Just nice and easy. So tall here, lift, open up the spine, weight shift slightly towards the heels, pelvis towards the floor. And I really want this to be easy breathing. So you don't have to be breathing any particular way with the movement. Stand tall, so legs straight, spine nice and tall as you come to the top. Shift back. Pushing through the heels as you're coming up. Really get that wave effect as you're coming up. So nice roll. Breathing easy, calm, relaxed. We often think of a squat as an exercise that we need to be pushing and forcing and doing really hard work with, but make this really smooth, fluid. You can maybe stretch the fingers a little bit more there, tiger claws. Stretch the fingers. Stretch out the fingers. Stretch out the fingers, reach out the arms a little bit more as you come down. 2 more. And then come up to standing. Show you this one from the side. Keeping the legs straight, taking the hips back. Just reach out in front of you with the claws. Watch that you're not hiking the shoulders up and keeping pretty much a neutral spine. So again, just go to your own comfortable position. Your arms don't want to be down here, they want to be up, or they want to be in line, and the head wants to be in line. So you're reaching out in front, stretching, nice long reach. Use the claws, stretch out. And then come back in. And we'll just do pulling down the heavens. So circling. Opening up the chest. Breathing in. Breathing out. Palms crossed. Placed on your belly, just below the belly button. Bringing your feet together. Just closing your eyes. Just letting the body naturally find its balance. You might be swaying forwards and backwards a little bit, or side to side, or in a spiral. Just allow that to happen. Bring awareness to the area where you've just got your hands and the lower belly, lower abdomen. Just soften that area as you breathe in. Soften into the front of the hips. And as you breathe out, you just feel that gentle movement, that area just coming back towards the spine. So we're not pulling, we're not forcing, just allow that natural breath in to soften that area. And as you breathe out, it's very subtle tension there. And on the next breath, just next inhale, at the top of the inhale, just open your eyes. Step out. I felt as if I could have stood there for the next 15 minutes actually. If you feel you need a little bit more of that rest and recovery at the end of the session, and if you've got the time, you can do a little bit more bamboo in the wind. You could just lie on the floor, just relax if you feel you need to do that. Or you can just do a nice stretch, get on with your day, go for a run, do some work, have a coffee, whatever you're up to next. I hope you have a fantastic day. Appreciate you joining me, really. Thank you for joining, for your time, for your attention, for your excellent work. And I will see you all next week for Breathwork on Tuesday morning. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.